perform for you guys tonight. Put your hands together for Thomas Henry!
Good evening, hello. Hello, 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 hello. This is very intimate, isn't it? Very cosy. It's like being back at Mum's house. So, I just had a birthday recently. I've just turned 35 years old. Thank you very much. Cheers. I beat Jesus. It's not a big birthday, it just means that I've arrived at a stage in life where I now look like both a Catholic priest and the boy he molested. She's looking at me like that's the most accurate thing anyone's ever said out of her face. So yes, I am English, guilty, but I'm not from London, I'm from the north of England, it's very different. Being from the north of England is kind of like being from Alabama in your country. Like, when I speak, what someone from London hears is... Thanks, Dad. Always nice to have you. No, when I speak, people from London just think, dang, you got Team Crumpets on sale for the Walmart? Which is basically the same thing, but thank you once again. I don't mind. I love being from the north of England, especially in America, and especially after Game of Thrones. Because as a northerner, Jon Snow is 100% responsible for 75% of the sex I've had in New York. I remember the first date when I went with a girl, she was like, oh my god, you sound like Jon Snow. Are you like from north of the wall? And I said no, because John's not. I mean, he goes north of the wall, but he's from Winterfell. Yeah. A little speech accounts for 25% of the sex I haven't had. Because once a girl no longer believes I resemble Jon Snow, I'm just James Corden. So I've learned a lot about myself since I moved to New York, and one of the biggest things I've learned is that I'm a 5 out of 10 at attracting American women, but I'm a 9 out of 10 at attracting American weirdos. And I learned that my first week in America when I was getting my apartment. I was working with a broker, she was very, very cute. And she picked me an apartment outside the headquarters of the world-famous Hells Angel motorcycle gang clubhouse. It's the perfect place for someone who looks like they still get tucked in every night. So I arrive at the apartment and I see the cute broker and I'm excited to see her. So I wave to her like Kermit the Frog with the cocaine problem, like, hi! And as I do that, one of my bags nudges one of the Hells Angels' sacred motorbikes. And the guy grabs me and just goes, hey! You yuppie fuck! You want some new stitches to go with your new apartment? To which I said, no, absolutely no! He's like, wait a minute. Are you British? Yes! And then the strangest thing happened. He just grabbed my face very tenderly and went, well, alright then. And just let me go. Now, it turns out that meant we were prison married, but we didn't consummate it for weeks. So I think any chance I had with this broker is now gone, but she turns to me and goes, oh my god, that was so cute and British. I was like, oh, did I remind you of Hugh Grant in Notting Hill? She said, no, you're like that one in Family Guy. It's a Family Guy. British. Do you mean Stewie Griffin? She said, yeah, you're like a little fancy baby. So, motorcycle mishaps aside, I've been going on a lot of dates since I moved to New York, and I'm always a little bit surprised when the girls say yes, because I'm very well aware that I look like a child's stuffed toy. And I just find it very hard to believe that a girl's walking into a bar, sees me across a crowded room and is like, damn, Paddington Bear at 12 o'clock! Step back, girls, Mama's taking a trip to FAO Schwartz. And don't believe that's a thing. But I think I figured out why I get dates in New York. It's because as a British guy, I'm like an exotic animal to be captured. And a lot of girls in New York treat Tinder like it's Pokemon Go. And don't get me wrong, you can have an awful lot of fun dating in New York as an exotic animal, but there is one major drawback, which is you can always get fucked over by a more exotic animal. And for British guys, that means Australians. Bunch of suntanned cunts. It's like they've got the same accent as us, they're better looking, they're like the Californians of the British Empire. Now this explains why I hate my best friend, who's an Australian. So for the purposes of this story, we're just going to call him Johnny Marr. Because his name's Johnny Marr. And me and Johnny are like the classic British and Australian guys. Like, I am polite, and I'm on time, and I dress like a senior at Hobbit High. And Johnny's 6'2" with a beard, and he once got mistaken for Chris Hemsworth, the guy who plays Thor in the Avengers. Which at best makes me Rocket Raccoon. True story, my sister came over to visit and just hanging out with me and Johnny, and she looked at Johnny, looked at me, and just said, "Tom, is this what a man your age is supposed to look like?" Yeah, I've had better birthdays. So, me and Johnny go to bars together a lot, and I'm usually the one who goes and talks to girls first. And I think things are going well, I'm about to get someone's number, but all Johnny has to do to get their attention is wander over and say, "G'day, darling. How you going?" And I'll see her pupils start dilating, her heart starts beating faster, and I know she's about to choose Thor over Paddington Bear. So I'm backed into a corner. There's only certain things I can do in that situation, so I lean over to the girl, and I very politely explain that Johnny, like many Australians, has syphilis. And that Johnny caught syphilis the way all Australian men catch syphilis, which is by being fucked by one of those really big kangaroos. So you can always get fucked over by a more exotic animal. When I first told that joke, I asked Johnny how he felt about it, and he said, "No worries, mate, the joke's on them anyway. I've got chlamydia, not syphilis." I've been Thomas Henry, you guys have been wonderful. Thank you very much.